just like not so permanent marks in the wood. I stay stagnant, even though I know that I should move to the rhythm I was lucky to notice. Choose life and look outside and make it my focus. Momentum is easily gained and easily lost, and I think of all the accidental wires crossed. But I ain't gonna let anyone tell me I've sinned. I'm just a microscopic particle trying to navigate the crosswind, born into a changing atmosphere.
The plan is we're gonna stop Woodside's work today, this morning, right now, with a lock on underneath one of their vehicles. So we'll see how long we can stick it out.
Cannot give up. Ain't nobody suggesting that things ain't gonna get tough, but I wanna stand tall with the people, say enough is enough. I will tear down a fence that is trapping something. I will make a difference to a revolution fledgling by using wisely the time that I'm spending, instead of wasting the energy that I'm expending. And sometimes it feels like no tangible victory, sometimes it feels like a moment in history, but you gotta do it for its sake. A sense of mystery, there's terror perpetrated in the hands of industry. How could I have anticipated that I could get so frustrated at something I participate in and help to create? Sometimes you just gotta go out and say it, display it, and wear it with honesty as a badge of your philosophy. But if you don't want war, you can't participate in it. It's not enough to ignore it and just remain complicit. The guilt that comes with it, you gotta wear it on your chest. Stand tall and try to finally address. So where, my friend, are we all gonna end up? A world of displaced people, we cannot give up. Ain't nobody suggesting that things ain't gonna get tough, but I wanna stand tall with the people, say enough is enough.
I'm just telling them that they've got no jurisdiction to be here. They've been given no permission by the traditional owners, and there's no jurisdiction. This is Aboriginal country. This is one of the last remaining wildernesses out here. This is where culture's still strong. That's right, address that I'm not always at my best. Sometimes it feels like I'm chasing the rest, but I need some rest to begin to address my relationship with my home, my life, my mess. Channel the stress, be on Parliament and Congress, and send out a signal of distress. My home, my life, my mess. Yeah, it's real to admit that I'm not always at my best, but everything moves within one massive rhythm. The vibration is something we have all been given. It is music to which your heart be forgiven. Music reminding you that life's worth living. Everything moves within one massive rhythm. The vibration is something we have all been given. It is music to which your heart be forgiven. Music reminding you that life's worth living. Cause where, my friend, are we all gonna end up? A world of displaced people, we cannot give up. Ain't nobody suggesting that things ain't gonna get tough, but I wanna stand tall with the people, say enough is enough. Where, my friend, are we all gonna end up? A world of displaced people, we cannot give up. Ain't nobody suggesting that things ain't gonna get tough, but I wanna stand tall with the people, say enough is enough, is enough, is enough.
Going to realise that there is more to life than protecting the interests of things that you don't care about. One day, you're going to realise that whatever measly money you make for what you do is not enough to keep the situation we have in this country sustained. One day, it is going to get bad enough that you're going to have to turn around, you're going to have to put down your guns, you're going to have to put down your pepper spray, and you're going to have to become a real human being. Look me in the eye, man. Look me in the eye.
Yeah, look him in the eye.
None of you can look me. Yeah, you can. Do you have a family?
Except he's got sunnies on.
Imagine if your kid was behind bars. Imagine if your kid had just travelled the whole way across the world and was imprisoned. It's not pretend, it's real. They're real human beings, and it's not a fuck around. Someone has to say something, someone has to do something, and you 5 people are the people who are keeping those kids in there. Just know that. Know that. Let your kids know that. Let your parents know that. Let your grandparents know that. Let your family know that what you do is keep children behind bars just because of where they come from.
We just come down from the Kimberley, James Price Point. You should go and check it out. Woodside's trying to raid that fucking place, so everybody get up there and do your bits. So the bank say they ain't got no money. Pretty damn soon it's gonna be too sunny. with their face, but we are wrapped up in their high stakes too. And no doubt that if they come for me, they come for you. So eventually it's gonna catch up with us what we do. Inevitably, we cannot see all the possibilities. We can be heard, but the word is complicated. And sometimes it's hard to see why we do what we do. No one's got the answers when they do, they're not all true. It's a combination of the guesses of the many. People at the top riding for every last penny. But we reap what we sow, no matter what we grow. We want the world to know that this is not a false show. So blaze up the fire once again. Don't get caught in the Babylon disaster. Raise up your fist once again. Never bow down to no master. Hey, raise up the fire once again. Don't get caught in the Babylon disaster. Raise up your fist once again. Never bow down to no master. Raise up the fire once again. Don't get caught in the Babylon disaster. Raise up your fist once again. Never bow down to no master. Raise up the fire once again. Don't get caught in the Babylon disaster. Raise up your fist once again. Never bow down to no master. Raise up the fire once again. Don't get caught in the Babylon disaster. Raise up your fist once again. Never bow down to no master. Raise up the fire once again. Don't get caught in the Babylon disaster.
It's been an interesting experience for me to come to Cambodia as a person with a disability. I actually thought I had it kind of tough in Australia, and I complained about waiting lists for wheelchairs and all sorts of shit like this. And then I come to a place like this and find out that there's a 10-kilometer buffer zone around each town for landmines. Outside that, there's still 4 million live landmines in this country, from what I understand. And I see people crawling through the street, and I'm compelled to give them my $3,500 custom-built wheelchair. Anyway, this is a song about dismayability, if you like.
Someone who doesn't care that I care. That's why I wait, I prepare, I'm a quick to scare. People oblivious to this system, people looking at me through the oblivion prism. And all it takes is not to assume, but to listen. Then you might realize what you've been missing. Inadvertently dissing, your body taken away. You might care a bit, then you get the club. It doesn't give a shit, you go into a bar, you turn my back around. There's people in this country that are living on the ground because they never stop. I saw crops when I get crossed. On them drops, I still out on the cops and break rocks. The bleacher stops, without my own black ops. Fuck if you're a citizen, now what I'm not. It's the law that you bring. Judgment ain't no thing, so we can really sing. Judgment ain't no thing, judgment ain't no thing. It's the feeling that you bring. Hating ain't no thing, so we can really sing. Hating ain't no thing, hating ain't no thing. Don't wanna pretend to my friends like pictures getting better. Don't want to appear that my fear is a victimized of weather. Acknowledge the knowledge, you can be a giver, not a getter. You don't want to be ahead, your bet's better. Do more than send a letter. When we look to our brains, it's plain to see the refrain that the world went insane, but we just cruise, and we barely bruise. And it's breaking my heart to see us choose what we choose. But it's the love that you bring. Judgment ain't no thing, so we can let this sing. Judgment ain't no thing, judgment ain't no thing. It's the feeling that you bring. Hating ain't no thing, so we can
No thing, it's the feeling that you bring. Hating ain't no thing, so if you're with me, sing. Hating ain't no thing, hating ain't no thing.
obligation. The reward is universal, not restricted to our nation. If for no other reason, we're the information generation. We can act for reasons other than remuneration. No advertising, just ideas, be free, no compromising. This capital idea is capsizing, so swim for the shore, you'll be there before you know it. If you wanna be part of the solution, then show it. The logging truck stuff, this thermite through the bonnet. The logging train's gone off the rails and now we're growing veggies on it. We turn the bulldozer into a dragon and spit sonnets with the turntables turning over. Out here you can see the comets under this ancient sky. These opportunities too easy to pass by rigging up and gearing up your fuel. Your gut, the sun comes up, the game of cat and mouse begins. Lucky to get that meteor spin. You might have the guns, but we'll win. This is the battlefield of distraction. They advertise a recipe for inaction, and you can think you're active as you side with your faction. This is the battlefield of distraction, cause in this revolution there'll be no one against the wall. This revolution is a party for us all, so heed the warning or heed the call. This is a battlefield, this is a battlefield. Cooperation is stronger than nation states. There's more to the story than the radio station debates. Do you want to work with your boss or work with your mates? Truly free people instead of slaves to interest rates. This could be a safe space for everyone to participate, but instead, society teaches us to discriminate. It's not about the answers, but the questions for our sons and daughters. Leaving a vacant space, man, where dogma got its quarters. Decisions made by people who directly connected, not by representatives corruptly elected. It's a 4-year license to control us, no consent requested. It's not a democracy but a virus and we're all infected. We are the problem, the solution. It's the nature of our contribution. We are more than the corrupt institution. Pump the revolution through sound pollution. But if you're looking for absolution, our aim can no longer be to disillusion our peers. Lay down our fear. Yeah, this is it now, we're seeing clear. This is the battlefield of distraction. They advertise a recipe for inaction, and you can think you're active as you side with your faction. This is the battlefield of distraction, cause in this revolution there'll be no one against the wall. This revolution is a party for us all, so heed the warning or heed the call. This is a battlefield, this is a battlefield. Infinite growth is an impossible ambition. Such a crazy theory, man, be ripe for suspicion. So get off the bandwagon, turn off the ignition. Self-determination, automatic state abolition. You best believe that it's coming. The thing that tips you over the edge, that trips your attention. Pull ourselves up to the next dimension, a reflection of our best intentions, no detention. Infinite growth is an impossible ambition. Such a crazy theory, man, be ripe for suspicion. So get off the bandwagon, turn off the ignition. Self-determination, automatic state abolition. You best believe that it's coming. The thing that tips you over the edge, that trips your attention. Pull ourselves up to the next dimension, a reflection of our best intentions, no detention. Force forward, more than the sum of our parts. Guided by the unchanged conviction of the heart. Communicate to annihilate, the illusion departs. The method of making change through an improvised art. So we can use our brains and break the chain. Snap the link of the imperial reign. Think of all we could gain. Human existence may not be in vain. Think. This is the battlefield of distraction. They advertise a recipe for inaction, and you can think you're active as you side with your faction. This is the battlefield of distraction, cause in this revolution there'll be no one against the wall. This revolution is a party for us all, so heed the warning or heed the call. This is a battlefield, this is a battlefield. This is the battlefield of distraction. They advertise a recipe for inaction,